for us, we wanted to make sure that we had the soul within our products. And so our team designs and builds them from the ground up. All the prototypes are done here. And that's something that for a lot of businesses is very difficult, but we knew it was so important if we wanted to really set ourselves apart.
Okay, made in the U.S. Perfect.
Yeah. So the first fun fact, the first few thousand we actually built them down the road by ourselves with our hands. So when we launched on Kickstarter, we didn't know how to manufacture bikes. We didn't have factories, and so we built them by hand over there in Tustin.
In a garage.
Yeah. Exactly what you're imagining. And so now we're lucky enough to have really incredible manufacturing partners over in Taiwan and then over in Europe as well that are helping us do this on a much larger scale.
Hey guys, welcome back to LATV Aventura Road. Thank you so much for joining us today on an electrifying adventure. I am here today at Super73 with the co-founder and CMO, Michael Cannavo, right?
Yes. How you doing, guys? Thanks for having me. This is fun. I'm excited.
Thank you for having us. I'm so excited. I had never sat on an e-bike or ridden an e-bike, so I'm really excited to do that in a little bit.
Yes.
But of course, we want to learn more about you and about Super73. So, well, first of all, tell us a little bit about your role here at Super73. How long have you been doing this? Because you're one of the co-founders, and what's your role?
Yeah, so we've been at this for 6 years now. It feels like a blink of an eye and also an entire lifetime just because of how building a business is. And for my role, particularly, I do all the marketing here at Super73. So anything photo, video, cool projects, celebrities, custom builds, that comes out of the marketing department.
Super73 started about 6 years ago, and now you've grown. You're in 18 countries and all over the US.
Yep.
How does that feel?
It's wild. I mean, and I gotta say, over the past 2 years, it's really accelerated our growth. We were, bootstrapping it from the early days. We started on Kickstarter and chose to not take investment funding for a while because we wanted to make sure that we could build this thing the way we wanted to build it.
Yes.
And for that, it meant that we owned the designs, we owned the manufacturing process, something a lot of other bike companies aren't doing these days. They're normally just going through a catalog in China, picking out bikes that are pre-made, putting their labels on it and selling it, which is great that we're getting more electric vehicles on the road, but that you kind of lose a little bit of the soul in that. And so for us, we wanted to make sure that we had the soul within our products. And so our team designs and builds them from the ground up. All the prototypes are done here. And that's something that for a lot of businesses is very difficult, but we knew it was so important if we wanted to really set ourselves apart.
Okay, made in the U.S. Perfect.
Yeah. So the first fun fact, the first few thousand we actually built them down the road by ourselves with our hands. So when we launched on Kickstarter, we didn't know how to manufacture bikes. We didn't have factories, and so we built them by hand over there in Tustin.
In a garage.
Exactly what you're imagining. And so now we're lucky enough to have really incredible manufacturing partners over in Taiwan and then over in Europe as well that are helping us do this on a much larger scale.
What inspired you guys to want to do this and to be different from everybody else?
Yeah, I think for us it was important that we infused our own personalities and our own interests into this product. If we were going to marry ourselves to this brand for the next decade, we wanted to make sure that it was us, that it was a part of us as much as the clothes we wear and the cars we drive are. And so I'm a big fan of social media and content creation as well as science fiction. There's a lot of that here, and you can see it reflected in some of our fan art. Anything fun. I mean, I love the 1980s cartoons, and my partner LeGrand was huge on electrifying. He is the brains behind the motor and the battery and the entire setup. He's been doing that. He's been electrifying bikes for like 11 years now. So He's one of the pioneers in the space. And then Aaron was huge into fashion and lifestyle. So Aaron is always up on the trends, always up on what's new, what's coming out, where everything's going. And so the alignment of the three of us really created this interesting sort of hybrid company that you see in Super 73, and it is so much, each one of us. And now that it's grown to the level it's grown, it's so much of everybody who buys the bike, so much of every employee here. Everybody gets to infuse themselves into the brand, and I think that's what's so cool.
What are some of the values and goals and like your mission here at 73?
Yeah, we want to basically create not only an adventure brand, but a lifestyle brand, something that allows people to, like I said, infuse themselves into the product. So it's really cool when you go to group rides and you go to meetups that we have, where you walk down the line and not a single Super 73 looks like another one. They're all completely different. Somebody gets their bike and within 2 weeks you can't even recognize it because they've customized it top to bottom. So we have a really incredible community of customizers and creators that then take their lifestyle and their passions and go adventure with them. And so we've gotten to really build a really strong community through that. And I think we've been able to do it, very organically and authentically because they came to us. It was all organic in the beginning. Like we had to just share what we were making, and if they liked it, they showed up, and they really showed up.
About adventure, and this show is all about adventure. So we were talking earlier with Christiana. She was telling us that you can actually change the class on these bikes, so you can take them into your national parks when you go, but you can also take them on the road, like keep everybody safe. But maybe if you can ride on a private road, you can also change it to ride a little bit faster. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, that's been really important to us, especially in this day and age. It's the wild west of e-bikes right now. I feel like you go out on, you go to the beach and you see a bike going 60 miles an hour down the road. That's not what we do. That's not what we want to do. We know that regulations are going to be built around e-bikes here very quickly. We're already seeing it happen, like in national parks. And so what's really cool is out of the box, all of our e-bikes come legal. In all 50 states, and not only that, in all European countries. So we have worked tirelessly to meet those regulations, and we have an app that allows you to do that. So it'll be locked depending on your region. So in Europe, it's a much different riding experience because they don't have throttles over there. But the pedal assist is a much more robust version of pedal assist that allows them to really commute using that assist. Whereas in the US, most people rely on the throttle. So having that app that allows you to shift those modes down to meet whatever requirements are in your city, your state, your country, really allows our bikes to be universally adopted by so many more people. And not only that, we're happy to be on the right side of the law. I think we're going to see, because of injuries and the chaos that's happening, we're going to see a pretty big crackdown here pretty soon on some of these bikes, and we're happy to say that we're going to be on the right side of history.
Yay! Because it's so important to keep everybody safe.
Absolutely.
Have fun, adventure all you want, but please keep yourself and other people safe.
Absolutely. I think there's huge responsibility and huge respect that you have to have when you ride an electric vehicle. Even like Tesla, you have so much accelerating power, you have so much torque behind your vehicle that if you're not really responsible, you could hurt yourself and others. And it's really important to us that we make sure that, like I said, we're on the right side of history here, that we're working with our governments to make sure that when these regulations are set, we're a part of it and we can just go full throttle.
It's a big responsibility, not only because of that, but because now all the electronic vehicles, it's a change for the environment, right?
Absolutely.
So we want to make sure that while we are helping the planet, we are still keeping...
respecting it.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah, respecting the life in it, because that's quite important. You guys are going to be at Electrify Expo coming right up. It's going to be from the 3rd to the 5th. So can we expect to see you there? Is there going to be like test rides?
Absolutely, yeah. We've got test rides, we've got booths, we've got giveaways. We love Electrify. We're obviously a big part of that world right now. And so for us to be able to meet community there, meet other creators, other bike companies, it's such an incredible space because everybody in the whole world will kind of come together to be at this moment. And while you do have competitors and you have other people in your space, overall I think there's such a friendly sort of relationship amongst all of us because we're all trying to do the same thing.
Exactly, and you can learn so much from other people and grow with them, so that's beautiful. more about you, we want to learn more about your bikes, and we are interested in buying one, where can we find you? Social media, website?
Absolutely. Yeah, so we're big on social media. We love social media, and the feed is just so much creativity. Today we posted a Photoshop version of a Super 73 breakfast cereal, just because why not? And so you can follow us on social media at Super 73 on all platforms, and then you can find us at www.super73.com.
All right, well, thank you so much, Michael, for having us today. It's been such a pleasure, and we are about to go on a short commercial break, but when we come back, we're gonna go on the road with this adventure and ride these bikes. I'm a little bit nervous, but we're gonna do it. Let's go.